Hey guys, Jeremy here with TacFix. You thinking about buying a cheap rail for your new AR? Well, today we're going to check out the ADE Advanced Optics rail and see if it's worth the small price tag. Let's take a look. This is the ADE Advanced Optics key mod rail. As you can see, this is the FDE version, and it's 15-inch overall length. I bought this on Gunbroker a couple years back for $60 to $70, thereabouts. You can still find a ton of these for sale on Gunbroker and firearms retail sites like Armslist, Primary Arms, places like that. It's got a great price for a full-length rail, especially for a non-basic black offering. But is it really even worth its modest price tag? Let's take a look. Included in the package when you buy this is going to be the rail itself, an aluminum barrel nut, and 6 button head Allen screws. So the pros with this one obviously are going to be the price. It's a great price. $60 to $70 for a full-length rail is a good deal, provided the rail itself is built well. The cons? Well, we're going to get into those, so let's take this apart. Alright, so the first thing to note on here is the screws. These are not the original screws that came with this gun. I had to purchase additional ones. Reason for that is because the cheap screws that came with it stripped the first time I put them on. I barely got it into place and everything was all stripped out. In fact, in order to take this rail off once, I had to actually cut into the screw, pull them out, and then replace them with these screws that I got from Granger. The next con on this rifle is going to be the barrel nut. So let's take this apart and have a look here. As you can see, this is quite difficult to take apart because this thing is not really in spec with itself. Once you actually get the handguard off, I'm sure you guys can see an immediate problem with this. It is all chewed up. That is what happens when you supply a cheap aluminum barrel nut with your rail. Don't buy a rail that has an aluminum nut. You definitely want to make sure you get one that comes with steel. The supplied instructions call for a standard adjustable wrench to install. Getting to the required amount of torque leads to complete deformation in the flat surfaces on this barrel nut. The state that you're seeing this in, this is after putting it on twice. I put it on initially, and then I've taken it off once in the last 2 years to get my upper and lower coated, and then put it back on, and this is the state that it's in. This is what happens when you buy a cheap aluminum nut. And that's all that comes with the ADE Advanced Optics rail. Due to the difficulties in getting the proper torque, timing the barrel nut so that the top rail of this handguard lines up with the top rail of the upper receiver is a nightmare. Now, I already told you what happened with the original screws that were applied with these. Another thing is they weren't long enough. The screws that they sent were barely long enough to go through the handguard and then make contact with the holes on the barrel nut. Another reason I had to source better ones. The final thing that really aggravates me about this rail is the actual key mod cutouts. The key mod cutouts on this rail were enough out of spec that getting these BCM rail covers on was again a complete nightmare. About every third one of these cutouts were out of spec, so getting them in required 2 people and a set of pliers to push them into place, and then finally cutting a couple of them on the underside in order to get them to go into the rail. So what's my final verdict? Surprise, surprise, don't buy this rail. It's complete junk. Save the $60, $70 that you'd spend on this and look at one of the great options from reputable companies. You can look at Stinger USA, AT3 Tactical, or even some of the big names like Aero Precision now offer great rails at reasonable prices. Even some of them in the sub 100 or just over 100 mark. So suffice to say, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this rail. It served its purpose, it did an alright job for the last couple years, but I'm ready to get something with a little bit higher price tag and much better value for my money. So stay tuned for Thursday's episode where we're going to take a look and see what I'm going to go ahead and put on this rail. We're going to do a full install of that new rail, and I'm going to show you what it is. We're going to do an unboxing of it, give you my initial impressions, and some of the cool features that I saw on it that made me want to purchase that one. Alright guys, so that was my review of the ADE Advanced Optics rail. Obviously, not a great option even for the small price tag. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you like this video, definitely smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see all the latest videos as they come out. And once again, thank you so much for your support. Anytime you click one of the links you see down in the comments, we do get a small commission on any sales from those items, so your support is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to check us out on Thursday when we do a review of the new rail that I'm going to be putting on my AR and see what you guys think about that. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good night, guys.